You guys understand? Amar, PD, Piranan, Mirko?
Sir, so the monopolistic competition is the oligopoly or it's different?
It's different. In oligopoly, you have 2 or 4 firms, but selling identical product, there is no differentiation. Like we talked about, everybody is selling the water. There is no brand name on the water. There is no flavor to the water. Everybody is selling water, simple water. Identical product. Right, Piranan? But here in monopolistically competitive firms are selling same but not identical product.
Yes, I understand the monopolistic competition, but I want to make a differences between oligopolistic and monopolistic competition. So it's so oligopoly is something that it is identical and it's the same product, but monopolistic is have at least differences, right?
Exactly.
In the product.
And oligopoly is?
Oligopoly is they have a few sellers, but monopolistic competition they have many sellers.
Several sellers, right? Good.
Yes. And may I have a question? Because
Sure.
regarding the airplane business, I mean, they have a discrimination in their product. Why they don't consider as a monopolistic competition?
So you're talking about the air travel industry or those who are making the airplane?
Those who are making the airplane. Why they, even though they have a discrimination in their own product, they have a high level of product and low level of the product. Then why they not consider as?
Piran, you are confusing the price discrimination concept. Price discrimination concept is that product and service is the same, but you charges different price. So airplane company is producing different models, personalized model, right? For businessmen, wealthy people, and also for commercial purposes, right? So this is not price discrimination. For example, if they are selling the commercial jet for wealthy people with different prices. For example, okay, I'm going to give you the simple example of car. So if a company is making 2 cars, one is normal and one is like of a Lamborghini level racing car. So that is not price discrimination because product is different. If it charges the same, for example, Lamborghini charges from Piran and $1.8 million, and for Mirko, it charges only 1 million. Then this is called discrimination.
Okay, sir. I understand now.
Okay, good. Okay. If you understand up to now the discussion, just answer this concept checker. We just talk about that. What is the answer?
I would say D.
I would say D.
Yeah, some control over product price.
Well done. Right? Because they face downward sloping demand curve and they do have control over the price. So if the question says control over the price, automatically assume that it faces downward sloping curve demand curve and faces law of demand as well. Now, let's talk about the short run analysis and long run analysis. So we're gonna read this slide later. Let's just talk about here, the curves. So in short run, monopolistically competitive firms behave like monopoly, right? Because it can change the price, it can make the price, right? So that's why it is price maker. Plus, in short run, if the price rises, no firm can enter the market. Why? Because firm will only enter the market by seeing long run scenario, not the short run, right? So in short run, firms do make profits, and in short run, firms do make losses as well. So the difference between monopolistically competitive firm and monopoly is that in monopoly we don't have any loss, even in short run, even in long run, we don't have loss. Why? Because monopoly is a price maker, only one seller. So why this company will be operating at loss? If it is operating at loss, it will increase the price because only one seller and there are numbers of buyers. But in monopolistically competitive firm, because we have other firms, so firms do have losses in short run. So let's just talk about that. So here we go. We have average total curve, we have demand curve, we have MC and do, and we also have MR. But I think I should make that. Then we discuss about here. So let's draw the cost curve first. So average total cost. The other cost name is MC. Now let's draw the revenue curves. Revenue curve. This is price or demand curve. And there we go. MR is always less than the price, right? So we do have MR here. Right? So the same analysis where company need to produce to get maximum profit, where MC is equal to MR. So where MC is equal to MR?
Below average cost?
No, where is this point? MC is equal to MR.
Where they cross.
So you have the colorful lines. Which lines? Red and green? Or
yes, or blue and green.
Well done.
The point.
So this is the point where MC is equal to MR. So what this MC is equal to MR tells us? Q max. That quantity, if we produce, we will get maximum profit. Right? So what is the cost of producing this Q max? This is on cost curve, which is every total cost. So where is that point? This point is every total cost. And what is the market price of this Q max? It is on the, wait a second. It is on the price line, right? Here we go. So you can see we are having a profit. Why? Because price is greater than average total cost, right? So this area is called profit. So this analysis is exactly like monopoly, right? So let's see our slide curves here, right? This is average total cost, demand curve. This is MC and MR, where we need to produce, where MC is equal to MR, this point. So producing this much quantity will cost us this much amount of cost. So cost can be find out from here. So this is the cost point, and producing this much quantity, this is the profit. Sorry, price. The price is on the price line here. So the shaded area is called profit, right? So let's just read the profit slide. So short-run economic profit, it encourages new firms to enter the market, right? So if price is greater than average total cost, this triggers entry condition, right? So we were talking about, so in short run, if price is greater than average total cost, this trigger entry condition, right? So what will happen? What is the analysis for the short run? That it encourages new firm to enter the market. So when new firm will enter the market, what happens? Quantity supplied goes up, right? So does this also increases the buyers? If price is greater than average total cost, buyers don't know about that, whether this company's average total cost is less than price or not. This will not increase the buyer. Unless price is decreased, then buyers buy more, right? So what happened when price is greater than average total cost? New firms enter the market and they supplied the products to exploit this opportunity. So what happened when you have supply greater than demand? What happened then? We call this excess supply, right? Surplus, right? So it means we have demand that is decreased, and due to demand decrease, what will happen? Profit will decline. So in short run, firms do enjoy profit, but this profit cannot last for a longer period. Why? Because if this short run persists for a longer term, new entrants, a new firm will enter the market and supply